Welcome back to JRCTv, and this is a very special episode, episode number 52. It's the last episode of our very first season, a whole year's worth of episodes. And I really can't believe it happened this fast. It's amazing. We've covered all kinds of topics, from health and fitness to travel and adventure, love and relationships, growing your business online and expanding your freedom and fulfillment. We've done awesome interviews with all kinds of cool, fun, crazy people. And hopefully you've taken time to download the worksheet from each episode and really apply that information and strategies and systems and insights to your life. For those of you who write in each week, thank you so much for sharing your opinions and insights and results that you've been able to achieve in your own life. We're very excited and so proud of you. Actually, also, thank you for those of you who've taken time to fill out our SurveyMonkey form on the front page of JRCTv.com. I was reading through a few of those this morning and just learning a little bit more about you personally. And what's really amazing is a couple of those I was reading through really got to me. It just struck a chord in my heart. And there were two people in particular that seemed to be going through the same challenge, even though they're seemingly at different stages and moments of their life. There was a young lady who's up in Michigan who's in her 20s, 30s. She has a few children, she has a husband, and she's stuck in a position where she's really struggling to make a decision. A decision that she knows will not only make her life better, but it'll make her children's life better, it'll ultimately make her husband's life better. And she's stuck in a place of total uncertainty and fear, unknowing what's going to happen around the next corner, knowing that she really needs to make the decision and really needs to take that first step, but not sure what to do or when to take it or how to take it. And what's interesting is I flipped through a couple more forums and I got to a man who's in his late 50s, early 60s down in Australia, and he seems to be having the same struggle for a different reason though. He's in a position where he doesn't have a ton of finances saved up for the later years of his life. He has some, but not a lot. Not for the type of life he wants to live in these years of his life. And he's really freaked out. He has a ton of fear and some uncertainty and some doubt and not enough faith to carry him through this moment to figure out what to do next with his life. And he knows that if he jumps into this new industry and really goes for it, it could work. It also might not work. So I figure, what better to focus on in the very last episode of season 1 than taking the first step? Because I'll tell you this, if we didn't take the first step 52 episodes ago for that very first episode, no matter how silly or simple it was, we would never be here today. And I've helped thousands of clients all over the world in one-on-one coaching take that first step, whether it's starting a business, starting a relationship, ending a relationship, beginning a new stage of life, transitioning to a new country. Whatever it is, I've helped tons of people take that first step, and I want to share with you a very simple 3-part system that I've created for them to help them take that first step. And there's 3 specific steps you need to focus on if you're ready to make the step, if you're ready to break through the fear, if you're ready to clear through the uncertainty. The very first thing you need is an absolute crystal clear vision. Now, we've created a very specific tool for you at JRCTv.com, which is the Ideal Day Design Kit. If you go to JRCTv.com, download your Ideal Day Design Kit, fill it out. It will help you with a 30-minute audio version and a PDF ebook version. Between the two, it'll help you create an absolute crystal clear vision of exactly what you want to achieve in your life, your business, your health, your finance, everything. Second, the next thing you need to do is make an absolute and solid decision. Now, the word decision means to cut off from, to get rid of any excuses, to get rid of any limitations, to get rid of anything standing in your way and no longer allow it to slow you down. Now, thinking of decisions, let me give you a couple examples of people who made one decision in their own personal life that literally shaped history. Let's start with someone local here in the United States, Rosa Parks. Now, this young woman made a decision in her life, and her decision was, no, I will not move to the back of the bus. She was sick and tired of it, and she said no. That one decision sparked a movement that literally changed history, not just in her life, but in all the people's lives in the United States. Now, here's another gentleman. Hopefully you know who he is, Mr. Nelson Mandela. He made a decision after being locked up for over 25 years in prison. He made a decision, instead of saying, I'm going to hate these people and I'm going to get my revenge on these people, he says, listen, I'm going to find a way to get to know these people who put me here and work with them. He says, yes, I will find a way for us to work together. He came out of prison, he worked together, he ended up becoming a president of South Africa and leading the end to apartheid. It's amazing. One decision in his life changed history. And the final gentleman we'll throw out there is, let's say this guy, Gandhi. Now, he made a decision, yes, I will stand up for what I believe in. That decision absolutely changed history. Now, not everyone loves the man and thinks he's the nicest guy in the world, but he certainly changed history with that one decision. Here's my question. What decision do you have to make today to change the history of your life, to change the history of your family's life, of where you're headed, of what's going to be possible for you and what you're going to be able to experience no matter how early or late you are in life? It's never too late to make the right decision. Now is your moment. If you download today's worksheet, it has a couple questions to help you define what that decision needs to be today for you to make. The final step, once you have a crystal clear vision, once you have a solid and committed decision, the final step is you need to learn it, live it, give it action plan. What does that entail? Really simple. It's going to help you define what do you need to go learn or experience to get yourself to be able to turn your vision into reality. Second, it's going to help you figure out how are you going to live it. What is your absolute action plan that's going to cause you to follow through, be consistent, and take the actions necessary to get the results you really desire and deserve. And finally, this is going to be your emotional rocket fuel, the give section. What I found in life is we will do more for others than we ever will for ourselves. Look at the beautiful example of someone like Team Hoyt, a father who pushes, pulls, and rides his son through these giant, crazy races to give his son the ability to feel like he's not disabled. It's beautiful. So my question is, who are you going to fight for? What are you going to stand up for? Or what are you going to stand for to help your decision today really make it a ripple into the world? Now, how do you do that? I'll tell you this. When you focus on the give section, if you're only focused on giving or doing something to experience it yourself, you only tap into so much emotional rocket fuel. If you tap into doing it for your family, you'll get a little more. Your community, your city, your state, your country, the world, or humanity as a whole. Find a reason that by you taking the action you need to take, by you making the decision and really going out there and making this transition, by taking this first step, it's not just going to be about the results you're going to be able to achieve in your life. It's going to be about the ripple and the impact you're going to make in the world. Because when you make this decision, it's going to inspire others to make their decision. It's going to then ripple and ripple and ripple. And when you can create that crystal clear vision of how it's going to help so much more than just you, you'll be inspired to blow through the fear, to crash through the uncertainty, and really take that first step you knew you need to take. So I'm a little excited for you because I know what's possible on the other side. I hope you take to heart that we made this episode specifically for you, those people that need to take your first step today. So if you would, download the worksheet, fill it out, take your action, and commit to it. On the blog, share with us what action you're committed to taking today, and we'll do our best to follow up with you and make sure you really follow through. So thank you so much again for joining us on our 52nd episode. Oh, one last request. If you have questions or any topics you'd like to see or anything you'd like to share with us, especially if you want to share more about your life and experience, we'd love you to use the link that's coming through on the email to fill out our survey and tell us more about who you are, more about what you're focused on, and more about what you're struggling with so we can create more episodes specifically to help you get the results you desire and deserve. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of JRCTv. I look forward to seeing you next season, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Until then, have an amazing week.